I saw, by the way, on a Union note, I guess I'm sitting next to the right guy. Kevin Sullivan scored a goal, right, in his Union 2 game. So I guess that means he could be getting close.
We'll have to wait and see.
What do they have to lose?
At this point, I mean, we're running out.
Inject some adrenaline into that club.
We'll see. They're playing it very safely because they don't want to ruin a kid's career.
Apparently over the weekend they were also removing signs that were negative towards Jay
Nugs.
Sugarman.
They'll be in my Nugs.
Oh, all right. Well, let's just get right to them then.
You touched upon the other one here. So obviously Jose Alvarado, but I want to tie in Giannis Antetokounmpo. The reason why I love soccer so much and now it's creeping into basketball is that pride factor. There's nothing more special than representing your nation. And so we'll start.
I can't imagine how cool that is to put on your country's jersey.
Dude, I get emotional thinking about it. So we'll start off with Jose Alvarado. So for Puerto Rico, for context, they haven't qualified for the Olympics since 2004. Magical run, beat Team USA in that one. So this was the moment after Puerto Rico qualified. That's Carlos Arroyo, who led the way back in 2004 as their big piece back then. And now Arroyo is the GM, which I didn't know they had that now in the national teams. So this was right after Carlos was just so emotional. Jose obviously leading the way. But these are the type of moments that we love. And so we switched over to Greece, Team Greece, where obviously Giannis Antetokounmpo is leading the way. So, Jamie, Greece hasn't qualified since 2008. And I remember growing up as a kid, Greece had some really good basketball teams. And so for Giannis, this was an extremely special moment. This was him after they qualified. So, like, you feel the passion. You feel how much this means to a lot of these players. I do think Giannis did throw a little dig at Joel Embiid on Instagram.
Did he?
You never cheat these type of moments pretty much just since, because he's always been like that, right? He doesn't like to go to the Lakers. You know, he doesn't want to play for Team USA. You know, he grew up in Greece. He feels that connection towards Greece. He feels like, you know, like a Greek. And so it's really special seeing these two significant players helping their countries qualify for the Olympics. Like you mentioned, it's a special moment.
Yeah, it's always international competition to me, whether it's a World Cup, an Olympics, a Copa or a Europa Cup, whatever it may be, where you're doing like the best of the best from countries competing against each other. It's just always the best. Yeah. Like, it's the coolest.
Can I say one more thing about this, too? Like, Embiid getting all this heat for this. Like, if you guys watch, like, international soccer, it happens all the time. There are guys on teams that shouldn't be on teams.
Sure.
Mbappe. Team USA has a guy who plays on the team who's from England. Like, it happens. The whole French team is not from France. Like, it happens. Like, allow it to go. It's okay. It's not a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, I remember a couple of years ago, Reina had dual citizenship, didn't he?
Yeah,
Argentina and U.S., and he picked the U.S.
Yeah, it happens all the time. So,
but it is funny because, like, Patrick Ewing was born in Jamaica. Yeah.
Tim Duncan was born in the Bahamas?
Virgin Islands, I think.
Virgin Islands, yeah.
No one gave them crap for it.
Nobody cares. This is like the downside of social media, like where everybody has a voice and you're going to have a lot of nameless, faceless people just throwing chum into the waters and hoping to drag people into the terrible conversation. It's stupid. Joel Embiid is an American now. He chose to play for America. I can't wait to see Team USA play. What did Devon say? They're playing Canada on Wednesday?
I do believe so.
I believe that's what he said, yeah.
Is that going to be televised?
That's going to be a good one, by the way.
Canada seems not bad on paper.
I would think it was.
Yeah, that should be pretty cool.
SGA running the ship for.
They got SGA, they got Murray, and do they have?
Oh yeah, they do Murray.
No, Booker's on USA, yeah, but they do have a decent squad. So really, kind of looking forward to that. What else you got in the Nugs?
All right, so obviously everyone's talking about. Good, by the way, for you knowing Tyler Phillips from Bishop Eustis, right down the street from me.
The South Jersey people used to always go Bishop Useless. It's Bishop Useless, and I'm like, well, they crank out a bunch of MLB players.
That is true. So he made history.
He did.
This stat here, it was stayed strong for 123 years. That's ridiculous, guys. But what he broke is he was the first pitcher to make their debut and have 7 strikeouts in his major league debut. And so our friend here, Alex Coffey, who had a great quote from after the game.
This is awesome.
Yes, this is a great mentality to have. And I think this is also, it definitely catered to us here in Philadelphia. He said, "I hate every single hitter that I face," Phillips said. "Doesn't matter what team they're on, doesn't matter who it is. I know the tension, the rivalry, what's going on here. That was a dream come true. To be able to go out there and face the Braves and to make that my debut with my family in town, I was very emotional. And for Tyler Phillips, great outing there. He finished the last 4 innings there with 7 Ks. He did allow him the homer, but an impeccable debut there, Jamie.
I can't imagine what it's like to grow up a Phillies fan, to be at parades, to be a Birds and Flyers and Sixers fan, and then to put on a Phillies jersey. I mean, awesome, the family aspect, you always think about the family and like how cool that is for the dad and grandfather and all that stuff. And then to hear him like get it and just like express it like we would kind of feel like we would be in that spot, it just makes it so much cooler.
Now, a lot of eyes are on Tyler Phillips because obviously, listen, that 5th spot in the starting rotation is pretty much up for grabs. And
Taiwan, they're saying like maybe 2 weeks after the All-Star game at best. I think he just started throwing the splitter again recently to see how the blister holds up. But that spot is kind of up for grabs a little bit. Michael Mercado had his welcome back to earth moment yesterday.
That was tough, man.
He couldn't locate a strike. And then once he
a little too hot, Jamie, a little too hot.
Yeah, and his first game in Chicago was great. Yeah. I got to experience that one firsthand. And he just couldn't throw a strike. And then once you can't locate a strike, you start trying to get the ball over. And that's where you leave mistakes that just get absolutely smashed.
And it's okay that happened to him.
It's fine.
It's all right. It's a learning experience. And you just hope that his mentals, he's able to bounce back from that and come back strong.
Although I am going to critique Rob a little bit.
Okay.
Now, our conversation with David earlier and, the Phillies, everything is viewed through the context of we're completely spoiled this year. Everything is great. The problems we have aren't real problems for most other teams. Like, they're all good problems to have. And Rob has been great, and I'm not trying to, rain on him. But as soon as Adam Duvall sent that ball to the moon yesterday, you had to get the bullpen active. Yeah. And he tried to give him 2 or 3 more batters, and it was clear it was over.
Yeah, man.
And look, it's one game in a regular season, but that was the difference of 3-0 to 5-0.
Definitely. I agree.
I thought he let the game get out of hand when it was pretty obvious that Mercado should have been at least had somebody warming up earlier than they did. So minor critique yesterday on Rob. That's it. Right. Anything else in the notes?
Yeah, we got some more stuff.
All right.
So there's nothing better than being young at the Jersey Shore. So this past week on 6 ABC,
except these TikTok punks down there causing all these emotions.
Well, speaking of which, 6 ABC got a little photo bomb here.
Oh, this was great.
So funny.
Now that's a good kid right there.
Ocean Titty, New Jersey. Jamie, welcome, man. Welcome.
Ocean Titty, New Jersey.
That was a great one.
Yeah, that's pretty funny.
All right, so the next one I hope is a little inaccurate here. So we had a sportsbook put out a tweet. Over under how many showers you take per week. So they started at over under 2.5 showers.
I might do that in a day sometime.
Jay, that's a little concerning. People are only taking 2 showers, 3 showers. A week.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
I took one last night after the pool. So we took the girls to the pool. The chlorine feeling you got to get off of you. I don't really like that. So I took one when I got home. Then I made dinner. And then I woke up this morning, and my old trick from waking myself up at 3:45, 4 a.m. all those years was to take a shower in the morning. So now it's just how I wake up. So
a nice cold shower.
So I took 2 showers in the last 12 hours.
Yeah, there's nothing better than the pre-bed shower.
Yeah.
You're all nice and clean. You're getting into clean sheets. It's like, come on.
2.5 a week.
Yeah, I hope no one is answering under that.
What the hell? I didn't even know that was an option.
Start at 7, guys. Let's start at 7.
That's disgusting.
All right, so
that's nasty.
Yeah, it is. So next up,
your grundle and butt, sweat. It's 98 degrees outside.
I know, especially today.
In this weather too. Especially if you live in hot areas.
By the way, this weather is absolutely awful.
Yeah.
What the hell is our new climate? It sucks.
Yeah.
Right. Heat is not fun, guys. Not fun. What is fun is Paul George is a Sixer, guys. And so in his last episode of Podcast P, hopefully he's not, sharpen up those tools. Do we have
to subscribe to this now?
I did, honestly.
Did you?
I did. I guess I have
I feel like it's not going to be any good, but I feel like I owe it to him now as a Sixer to join.
Yeah. But it was interesting to hear him in his number selection. So this is another athlete coming to Philadelphia, picking 8 or 24 or 2, I guess, just throwing that, because of the Bryant family. So obviously the last one notably was Darius Slay, when he came here in 2020, picked 24 for Kobe. I thought it was a cool moment there. Cool moment.
I'm not gonna lie, seeing him in a Sixers uniform, it's pretty nice.
Cool. Looks cool.
Little horned up, a little bit.
Yeah, a little lead in the pencil. Yeah. So is that that is a Kobe homage? Is that
Kobe homage? We said on the podcast he wanted to do it for. He was. I think he said he was between 14, 8, and 25. I think.
Then I think 8 is right.
Yeah,
that feels right.
8 was the right number.
Now CJ, GJ, and somebody put this in our PHLY Discord channel. And if you want to become a diehard here at PHLY, an invite to our Discord channel is definitely one of the perks. Plus all the great writings of Kyle Neubeck and Derek Bodner and Zach Berman, Bo Wolf, Les Bowen, Jim Salisbury, John Foley, Charlie O'Connor, Alex Appleyard, all their unlocked writings for you on top of it. But somebody threw this in the Discord this morning. Shout out to ABID71. And as you can see this, JP, it is a CJ Gardner Johnson tweet, quote tweeting Podcast P with Paul George's thing, and says, in regards to the jersey on the podcast reveal, I assume that's what he's talking about.
Yeah.
He said, you and your wife saw me do it first. Be real.
Wow.
Shaking my head. Y'all knew the idea came from me. LOL.
Oh, dude. That's
this
great.
dude is wild.
First of all,
CJ Gardner
is that even true?
Does CJ Gardner Johnson have a podcast?
He's on Twitch.
First off,
he's on
Twitch.
Yeah,
So
he streams games.
Okay.
Yeah, he streams games.
So did he wear his Eagles jersey?
I'm sure he probably did.
Yeah, but
Okay.
he was 23.
But does he think he invented that?
I don't know if he's did.
Like, that's not something you can really claim ownership of.
No, you shouldn't. But that's the kind of guy I want on the field because he's a little nuts.
Yeah,
and he's gonna wreck people, and that's what I love about it.
But going after Paul George?
Yeah.
The man's been downtown in Philly for 24 hours. Going at his neck? CJ, with all due respect, we've been down bad in Sixers land. Let's not create beef here between teams.
That we have. So PG's also getting some slack here because his first stop in Philadelphia.
I saw this. It's not his choice. He goes where they take him.
He's going to Geno's.
The Geno's. Yeah.
Fine. I have no strong opinion on the cheesesteak wars of Philadelphia. They're all good. They're all delicious. Even the touristy spots.
Oh, yeah.
They're all good.
Dude, but do we have to go to a cheesesteak spot? I mean, we have so many great restaurants.
It's the thing to do, It's like Philly cheesesteak. You got
it's why I went and got a Chicago dog.
Yeah.
It's just kind of cultural.
I got you.
Yeah. So who cares what Paul George? He's here. He chose a cheesesteak in general.
Yeah.
And the rest doesn't matter.
I actually have a quick nug.
Oh, yeah?
To go on to the Copa America Euros thing. We're getting into the semifinals, and I just want to shout out my team Liverpool because Liverpool actually has 7 players in the semifinals on their team. 7 players on their team.
But not good enough to win the EPL, huh?
Well, when you root for a money team like Man City.
When I chose Man City, I didn't know it was oil chic money evilness behind it. I just liked Mario Balotelli, all right?
Yeah.
Well, that's good.
Anyway, pretty sweet. I'm excited for this upcoming season. So.
Yeah. Maybe you guys can, actually win one with all that talent.
Speaking
never
of
walk alone, right?
Yeah. Hey, we got the ball man at the helm now.
Speaking of which, for all our Philadelphia soccer fans, for people who don't know, the Union have not been playing well this year.
No.
To the point where the fan base is ready for a new ownership group. And so we had 2 instances here, and this was all in the Rivers End. This is where the supporters group, the big fans of the Union sit. So there's been signs, James, signs to sell the team. We had 2 separate signs here. One of them was a simple, just sell the team. And so this was from Union Memes here on Twitter. And the other one, this one's pretty clever, actually. The sugar ain't sweet no more, Sugarman.
That's good.
And so unfortunately, they did have to take those down.
Team personnel came and confiscated them.
Yeah. I know we've had some bad owners in Philadelphia sports history.
Oh, yeah.
Have we ever seen this from the fan bases here in Philly?
Yeah. There's been some
Bremen wasn't a good one.
Yeah, Bremen was charging guys for socks and stuff. He was pretty terrible. There's
paper
been
bag days for the Eagles and stuff, right?
Yeah. Bags on the head days.
Well, calling for ownership, though.
We've got it really good right now.
We do.
I know the Union are going through their stuff, and you want to see some money spent on talent and not just rely on the academy for everything. I get their frustration. But for the 4 major ones, just the union on the outside. I think things are really quite good right now in terms of ownership.
Yeah, it is pretty good so far.
And especially the front offices too. So for the most part, things are good here in Philadelphia. Sorry to all the union supporters though that are going through its rough patch.
We'll get there. We'll get there. So the last snug came in right before the show. Playoff P. Or podcast P.
Podcast P, playoff P, whatever.
Hopefully playoff P.
Pandering P, whatever you want to call.
So, I mean, listen, James, we've all known the Clippers have been one of the worst ran organizations, even with Steve Ballmer. I mean, they've had some success, but it's still snake bitten, it feels like. So, Paul George actually broke down in negotiations with the Clippers. So, the first offer.
Did he really?
The first offer.
This is where athlete podcasts are cool.
Yes, for sure. The first offer, James, the Clippers were offering a 2-year, $60 million deal.
What?
And he was obviously like, no.
Yeah.
And then he asked for the same contract as Kawhi this was in the middle of the season. And because like the thing is like, think about it. Over the past couple of years, Paul George has been relied to be the top option while Kawhi was getting hurt. Obviously not his fault. So it's fair to say like, hey, just pay me the same as Kawhi. And Kawhi apparently was willing to take a contract reduction to stay on with the team as well. So then after that, he asked for 3 years, $150 million with a no trade clause after the season. And then finally, he asked for 4 years, $220 million. And obviously, that the negotiations went off the side road. And now he's a Philadelphia 76ers. But if you're the Clippers, now you're running into this season with Kawhi Leonard and a bunch of role players. Why not just do what you can to keep Paul George, you're at least going to get 5 seasons from him. You don't know how much more you're going to get from Kawhi Leonard. So it's, again, just showing the Clippers fumbling the bag, James.
Yeah, weird, too, with their new stadium getting launched this year and Steve Ballmer having more money than he knows what to do with. You would think, literally, like, maybe just do what's best for your team and bring back another star. I don't know. We'll see what they do, but the Clippers are the Clippers for a reason.
Right now, I'm watching the Clip Show on FX.
I want to get into it. How is it?
It's all right. I think it's just more telling on how the Clippers are ran. I'm getting into the Elgin Baylor stuff right now, which was so messed up. But yeah, Donald Sterling, one of the worst owners in all of sports, if not the worst owner in all of sports. But yeah, it is bad. And the Clippers, listen, after Sterling, they got Ballmer and they had some successful years. But it just feels like they have that Clipper stank.
Yeah. So is that all the Nugs for the day?
That's all the Nugs we got.
All right. Great job filling in for VG, who will be back at some point this week, dealing with a little back issue, which is never fun.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
Back issues suck. You don't realize how vital a back is until it starts to go on you or hurt or whatever. It's brutal. So wishing him the best. But that's going to do it for us here today. Rest of the lineup wise, let's see. We got Phillies. Are they happening now?
I just saw the Flyers walk in.
Yeah, Bill Matz is here. I see Rich Hoffman and Zach Berman in the house. Sixers are off today as they are traveling to Las Vegas for Joel Embiid Olympic viewing and Sixers Summer League. The Flyers coming up, I believe, at 1 o'clock every day this week. We have the Eagles at noon. The Phillies are on currently right now. My team. I'll be back with them tomorrow. And then, of course, we have the Union today as well at 2 o'clock. So big thanks to Devon Givens and David Murphy for joining the show today. Thank you, JP and Andrew, as always. Versace, you brought your A game today.
Versace.
For us here at the Anthony Gargano Show on PHLY, thanks for hanging out with us, and we'll see you soon.
Thanks, guys.
We all silly like the mayor.